Sweet. Blondie, are you there yet? Maybe you're not even there. Gotta see my debuffs. Not not too many. I think the most I usually get around is like 8 or 7, and that's only when Marksman has some fantastic luck. 'Almost dead. Whoa, he survived. Craziness. $13.37. Isn't that leet? Nice, I got leet damage. Exactly leet. That's great. Ain't that great? Okay, so I want to see, I want to compare something between. Actually, yeah, same thing, but with Vrask maybe instead. No, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. Really like to get Marksman's A1 fully skilled so that it's a 20% chance, or is it 30% chance of getting an extra skill. The Tyrell, And hey, man, thanks for joining, by the way. Yeah, Tyrell is pretty strong. He's in a high percentage of all of the clan boss teams right now. If you look at least the top clans when they post their lists, so many of them have a Tyrell in there, even as their team lead, because of the 25% defense is pretty useful if you don't have a really high speed aura to put in there, which would be better usually. I just got a skill up on Razin too, so his um, Seer or Sheer, I believe it's called, his A2, which does defense down and weaken, does an extra 10% damage, which is nice. But maybe I should have saved my legendary skill up for something more useful than that. I just really like Razin. I use them all the time. But if I were to get a different legendary like Arbiter, then I'd probably regret spending all of my legendary books on somebody else. So I think from now on I'm going to save them for Arbiter whenever I get them. But at least we get them at a somewhat guaranteed consistency, like one or two a month at least, from rewards, or maybe even more if you're lucky. Which is pretty sweet. Can't go wrong with that. And even with 150 accuracy, for some reason, Tyrell doesn't necessarily get his A1 up when it's needed. You're trying to level up Lysandra? Oh, you got Lysandra? Nice. You know what's funny is I have Lysandra, but then I decided to level up Apothecary to 60 as well for my clan boss team. Even though I already have Lysandra. And for some reason, Apothecary seems to do a little bit better than Lysandra in certain places. Mainly because of the heal. I don't have any. I should be using lifesteal gear probably, but I just haven't done that gear farming. I'm not really planning on doing hardcore gear farming until the new dungeons come out with legendary gear. Until then, I feel like it's going to be a waste of time because it's so much time that you have to spend in there to get these upgrades, and then you're going to have to just replace them all once you're in the new dungeons with legendary gear. So, and 6-star or whatever, if 6-star gear becomes a thing, I don't know if it will or not. But yeah, Lysandra's definitely a beast in arena, beast everywhere. She helps me get the Spider 15, Fire Dungeon 15, everything. Speed and turn boost, I think, is hopefully starting to gain traction in the information across Raid, because prior to the last few months, I feel like nobody knew that you needed to have speed. It was like this secret that people would say, but people wouldn't believe. But it's definitely the secret to the game. And Lysandra has a mega speed boost advantage. She has 110 speed at level 60. 110. That's a lot. Which makes me wonder if I should just switch my Seeker gear over to her and do that, but I don't know. I'd probably be screwing over my teams in other places if I did that. But yeah, the aura at 24% speed aura with 110 speed is like 26 speed to everybody or something like that. 27 speed. It's pretty good. kind of takes a little while to do clan boss. Unfortunately, I think I say this every single time I do a clan boss. I should just skip the speech. I wish it was faster. I also wish Tayrel was faster. Some people have him with like 230 speed. I'd like to get him up there, considering he's kind of like a clan boss only champion for me now. Hmm. Depending upon how lucky I am, my damage goes up or down 4 million. Or 5 million, even. That's good, though. It's not bad. Do you have Giant Slayer on your tunes yet? What champs are you rocking, other than Lysandra? You've probably told me some stuff already, but I've Swiss cheese memory. Stuff goes through the holes, you know? Hey, I'm getting poisoned. I should have used Lysandra maybe to poison him back. Oh wait, no, her A1's broken right now, still. Nice, that's good. 4 mil without WM or GS. That's great. Yeah, if you post it in Discord, I can see it. I know you already have it, but just in case anybody else wanted it. Nice. Apoth, Juliana, Kale, Vrask, and Coldheart. That's a pretty good combo. Definitely. And Vrask keeps them all up. None of them have lifesteal. I mean, yeah, I guess he would, wouldn't he? Vrask's a pretty good healer. He's built right. He means business. But yeah, Juliana is looking like a really tough hero. She might get a nerf. I feel like she'll probably get a little nerf. Just based off of the raw deeps that she's doing right now. Her raw deeps are out of control, even with bad gear. Mainly because of poison and HP burn, but with enough speed and everything, a monster. And Kale's pretty good too, like maybe even better than Marksman. I was looking at his skill set, and realizing that damn, he's definitely at least as good as Marksman, if not even better. It was kind of sad because I had invested some epic skill tomes into Marksman, and I was thinking maybe I shouldn't have even done that. Maybe I should have just went the Kale route like everyone else. Maybe more poison that way. Then I don't have to go so hardcore into crit because Kale doesn't even need the crit. You can just focus on the speed. Like, there's a lot of advantages to going to Kale. yeah, having lifesteal is definitely very helpful on clan boss. It probably get me an extra 2 or 3 mil even with my team because they're so defensive. If they were wearing lifesteal, they would survive a lot longer. I don't have any way of really healing them right now. I mean, I could put Rask in there, but meh, meh. Until I can get ultimate chest and 2 keys, I'm not too concerned about my damage in the clan boss, and I know that I'm probably gonna need to get Steel Skull skilled up or get counter attack or something like that to get a 20 mil plus key consistently and Nightmare. I'm just I'm too far away from that to me to want to focus hard on my clan boss team right now. That's basically why. And Skull Crusher is a necessity for a clan boss. He really is. He's like necessary. Because counterattack is necessary. It's like if you have Martyr, Valkyrie, well, Valkyrie is a little slower, maybe a little less good, but still really good for Clan Boss. And Skull Crusher. Those three are just gold. I have Steel Skull, yeah. I'm probably gonna get Steel Skull up next. Or either Steel Skull or Knight Errant was another one. I have this thing where I don't like playing champions that everybody else plays. It's a problem. Everybody knows that Steel Skull's good, so it's hard for me to have a lot of motivation to go for him. 1393. Okay, that's kind of consistent, I guess. Tayrell's not doing that great in numbers, though. Neither was Apothecary. Definitely they need some better gear, but I haven't had the time to do it. Nothing good in there. Let's fire up some AO or some PvP after I upgrade some gear. Will I switch Steel Skull with someone? Yeah, probably Apothecary. Well, either Apothecary or yeah, I don't know. It's a really tough choice because I really like all of my champions in there. Maybe Fellseeker even. I don't know. It's tough. Okay, what was I doing again? Zark. That's what I was doing. So I want to get some crit damage up if I can. Or maybe I want to get the other one up. I have a bit of a question here because here is 11% attack and then I have 10 speed. I should probably go with the speed, eh? Let's see if we can get another speed roll on here. Because that's potentially a really good banner. Can never go wrong with speed. But I just like getting those big crits with Zarg. So it was a bit of a hard choice to want to go down in 11% attack power for Zarg. That's like 140 attack power to go down, which will be like, I'll notice that. That'll be like a K difference, or like 500 difference maybe. Okay, so at least it's 15% defense. So I go up in defense and speed, go down in 153 attack. That's how much 11% attack is. Wow. It's a tough choice, isn't it? Because I don't really need her to be faster in the priority list right now, at least not for arena. So I think I'm going to hold off on that switch for now because I don't need it for the arena. And I'm just going to wait and see if I can save my money for this. But normally, speed always is better, but I just didn't need it for the priority right now. Doesn't look like I'm gonna get an upgrade anyway. Oh well, sad. We did our best. We did our very best. All right. Let's see. We can kill Dark Noobzor. Looks scary. Although anybody with Noobzor in their name, in their name, doesn't necessarily frighten. Oh, Frost Gear, eh? I would use Frost Gear if it was on the attack. I really wish it was on the attack. But since it's on defense, I mean, it's nice to have both, but nice. Dirty Zarg, always hitting the big crits. See, maybe if I switched out the banner, maybe I wouldn't have got the one shot there. You never know. But probably would have. Well, it's against a ghost because he's spirit. I might not get the one shot, but we'll find out. He's also pretty weak, like defensively, as an attack Pokemon. Whoa, got one kill already. Yeah, I thought that might happen. Okay, he's still dead. NBD. Nice. Zargle is really turning out to be a good champ. A really fun one. Hey, it's one of my clannies. That's so exciting. The one underneath this guy, Troll. I wonder if he's gonna win. He does more damage than me in the clan boss, but that's not a good indicator of how good somebody's gonna be in the arena, honestly. They're very different things. You can't, a lot of the time, you can't be good at both unless you're spending a lot of money in order to have that many champions that you would need to have a good team for both at the same time. This guy. Zoka Snoob Clan and waste of time and health game. That's some effective English right there. Alright, let's see how good Troll is in the arena. Who is this guy again? I see him all the time. Longbeard. Attacks one enemy. Will ignore shield and block damage buffs. Whoa, that's good on an A1. Nice, nice. Attacks one enemy with 4 allies. Yo, this guy's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. Alright. As long as I'm faster, that's pretty much all you need. Da-da-dum. There was that guy Dumplings in that last list. He had 88k power, and his speeder was, or his his speeder, his seeker was like 300 speed. No joke. It's crazy. Crazy. I was like, whoa, 88k power? I thought I was safe. But then again, I would have attacked it even if it was 200k power, probably. Because you never know what you're gonna get. Life is like a box of chocolates. At least that's what Mama always said. I don't want to keep seeing that. Alright, let's try this. I had this conversation with somebody about Ray recently not being as like useful to him personally, at least in clan or well across the board as his big oon. He preferred the big oon over the Ray. I thought that was pretty interesting. I'd never really seen any good big oons before. And I still actually haven't really. But I know that he's good. Like he's serious about it, and it would be. I believe him. But I'd like to see a good big oon now. I'm really excited to find that. Let's see if I can get the kill on Ray here. Yeah, the lizard is really crazy overpowered. I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking when they gave him an ultimate that always lowers their turn meter. Like I have so many turns before the enemy gets a turn. It's so unfair. I almost don't even want to use him. Just kidding. That's crazy. Of course I want to use him. But, you know, it would be nice to see what kind of nice team I could do without him. He needs accuracy for it, yeah. Definitely needs accuracy. But really, Zargle is honestly just as overpowered. And so many people have her just sitting on the bench. But that's alright. I'm not here to judge. Okay, maybe just a little. Just a little. You chose Bad L and Steel Skull? Nice. Good choice. Good choice. Good freaking choice. Now just make sure you put all of your epic skill tomes on Steel Skull. Oh, nice. I got that extra defense. This is going to be a huge crit. Yeah, 51, 57k. That was sweet. 209k. That was good. Even with his speed boots in there rather than the defense boots, he still gets those big crits sometimes if he has my Seeker's defense buff up. That's why I miss battles sometimes with their, well, I actually don't miss any battle with Retail because they're gonna win a lot of the time. But sometimes with retaliation, I can get my defense buff up on the first shot, which makes my Ryzen crit his pants. My speed on Lysandra, I believe, is 200 and uh, well, it's like 270 in the arena, but like 245, something like that. It's a lot, but Seekers is higher by like 15. They both have my two highest speed sets on them because they're the ones who are turn boosting my other team. And the rest of my team has like 180 speedish, which goes pretty good with having two master speed leads. As you can see, it goes pretty good. But honestly, anybody can do this. Any team can do this. I have 3 accounts that utilize this strategy. I just don't use the other two anymore. I could show them, but I think I would have to turn off passwords because the last time I did it, my password showed publicly to everybody who was watching the stream. It's like, whoops. But I guess anybody could honestly steal those accounts. I don't care. It's just the fact that I wouldn't want anybody to know those emails and passwords and stuff. Hey Deadpool, how's it going? Thanks for joining. I'm just gonna grab my other medallion things. Gotta go through those before they all run out of my mailbox. It's a good thing that I can clear these full lists, because otherwise wouldn't I have to hit a reset or something like that in order to get new champions? Or like you'd have to wait even. That wouldn't be any fun. Whoa, everybody died. Everybody did. Ryzen's A3 is fully upgraded actually now, which is nice. Having that fully upgraded at first, I was like, damn, I wish I got the other ones upgraded instead. But now I'm realizing that that was probably the best because honestly, 90% of the time that's the only thing he gets to do. Doesn't even get to do his other turns really. Should I try to just do this? This is at 50. Everybody did. It's their 50s. That's what happens with 50s. Mango 7 roll. Forgot about that. Okay, Cherubin Mortis. Okay, okay. Looks like you've got a nice team. Okay, okay. We can work with that. Hmm. Well, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Tayrel or Zark? Who do you think's gonna be the winner? Yeah, what she does. Here, I'll show that ability. It's called Devastate. If you get a Zargula, make sure you build her. Um, let's try and go on. The Roche. I'm not going to use it here because I'm not going to be able to get a one-shot probably. Well, maybe I could, but I'm not going to try. Devastate. It instantly cracks the crack armor skill if the target is killed by this attack, which is this. Attacks all enemies 3 times after the first hit, has a 50% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff, which is one of the best debuffs in the game, everybody, especially when it's on all attack. Along with a weaken, if you can get all attack or all defense down and weaken, They don't stand a chance. Oh, I don't think I'm gonna get a kill here. Nope. Because for whatever reason, when it's against the wrong affinity, it's like no chance of getting a crit, even though I have 100% crit rate on Zargula right now. It still never crits on the wrong affinity, because you need to have 115% crit in order to not miss your crit on the wrong affinity, apparently. But I don't want to do that. I just wish they would program the stat to actually be the stat like it's supposed to be. But they don't. They lie. And, like, I can easily find out that they're not accurate. Like, it's easy to know. So, but anyway, I'm not going to complain about that. I'm not going to judge how they run their business. If they want to do stuff like that, then they can do that. It's just hard for everybody to realize exactly what's the best sweet spot if you can't do your math with their numbers, because their numbers aren't accurate. But I'm not gonna. I mean, I said I wasn't gonna complain, but apparently I just did again. So I'm gonna try a little bit harder this time. There we go. That'll make me stop complaining. My first 6-star was Eris, and I used Eris with Fellseeker, and they basically two-man everybody. Well, not really. I'm lying. I got beat a lot because I was just starting, obviously. There's probably some old videos of that on my other account, the Jordan Martin's account, that I don't post videos on anymore, but people still keep on subscribing to for some reason. Even though the videos are like 8 months old and they're like, how come this is this way? I'm like, well, did you look at the date? Like, it's pretty like early in the beta there, guys. All right. The old Roshi Roche. He's just, he relies upon the enemy not being faster than him. So, I mean, if you don't build Roche with speed, then why? Why even have him in your team? Because he's going to get one shot. You got to have Roche with like 300 speed or no Roche at all. That's my best advice. Especially with, like, honestly, Santa's same way. Gotta have him crazy high speed and HP. Maybe even like somehow get that defense in there so that they don't take such massive hits to the face. Let's see how this guy does with me. He didn't die right away, did he? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay. This guy wants to fight, I see. He wants to fight, does he? Um, let's find out how much he wants to fight. Huh. So, who is this guy? Like, which, I don't know that legendary face. Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't able to get a taunt. That's not good. That guy's really resistant. Whoa, I'm gonna lose. Alright, well, yeah, I guess I lost. Huh. Speaking of, I was just making fun of these Santa teams that aren't super fast, and look what happens when you do that. But I guess he had a pretty serious team, so I don't feel too bad about that. But maybe I can kill him with the Tyrell instead. And maybe maybe I can do that. Let's try that. A little crazy, but we're gonna try it out because I don't like to I don't like to, not exhaust all my options. Sometimes it's just a couple changes you need to make and then you can win. So I didn't even know Raglan could revive. I hadn't even looked up Raglan. I should have looked him up or her up, whatever it is. Wow, they're resistant. They've got high resist. It's impressive. Impressive. And we don't want you to have a turn. So let's just end you. We don't want you to have a turn. So let's end you. How much money have I spent on this game? I bought the starter pack for $13 on my birthday. And I also bought 700 gems at the same time for $7. So I think the total came out to $20. And that was it. Don't spend money. That's my best advice. Oops, I forgot to switch up my team. Hopefully they're not super speedy, but they probably are. Okay, phew. It's not. It's really not as tough as you think. You get so much energy, honestly. Like, I don't know how I could even use more time. Like, I spend so much time in this game as free to play right now. I wouldn't want to know how much time somebody who's spending money on it plays. I don't know. I just couldn't handle that kind of amount of time anymore. Maybe I could have before. Even with three accounts, back then, like I I could have three accounts, but now I can hardly have one. Like there used to be so much more spare time between your energy refills, but now I can hardly get through it all. It's really not tough as a free to play player. It's a mindset that you have, honestly. It's just a mindset. If you think that you need to spend money, then that's what you'll do. But it comes down to just getting like even like I've got like campaign gear, like some market gear. I just prioritize my stats well. But well, that's why you got to prioritize where you spend your money. You got to make sure that you do it the most efficient route. That's why I always recommend get a full team of 60s to 5 first. Then after you have the full 60s to 5, then you go into Minotaur 15. Don't waste your time in stages under 15 because you're going to waste thousands and thousands more energy, right? Stuff like that. Don't waste your time in the dungeons. You're going to burn so much energy in lower level stages of dungeons. It's just going to be a huge waste of your time. And that's what most people do. They spend thousands and thousands and thousands of energy in the dungeon trying to get gear that's not even going to really help them because it's just epic gear. It's not even the right stats half the time. And then, that's just a whole big pile of waste of time that you can go through there. So just don't go in the dungeon. Stay in campaign, get your 60s to 5 star, then go into Minotaur, get your guys fully mastered after that. Then after that, then you can start doing gear farming. And only really do that on dungeon diver events, honestly, because it's pretty hard right now for me to give advice for dungeon farming when the new dungeons are going to be coming out for stage 20 with new gear and everything coming out soon. It's just, it's a waste of time right now. Really is. So, like, farming brutal 12 is like the best thing you can really do right now. Getting those best champions that you can get up to 60. Farming the gear from campaign for the most part. Speed gear, speed chapter is really all you need. Stick in the speed chapter. Um, you can farm the boss stage there and get 4 and 5 star rares with speed stats on them. Keep the ones with the speed stats. Throw out the ones without the speed stats. As long as their percentage main stat on the bottom half, bottom row, I mean, like, so gloves, um, chest, and boots is what I mean by that. The bottom row. So that's what you got to do to be efficient, right? And I mean, as a free to play player, I've been able to get all of these champions fully geared. I mean, believe it or not, I've done very little dungeon farming. Like, I don't know if people believe me or not, but like, it's plain to see. I've got commons right here, 2 commons right there. Like, uncommon on the bottom row. Like, I'm not loaded with the gear. This happens to be from Clan Boss, those epics. Excuse me, sorry. And obviously, I had to farm accessories and Spider, which is what I recommend actually, doing Spider after Minotaur. And yeah, Lysandra is bugged in Clan Boss right now. But speaking of being efficient, I'm going to burn through this energy right now. And like, it's crazy how much gems you can get. Um, like, I just blew my gems a couple days ago, and I already have 500 gems again. Like, I don't even know where they're coming from like the events, I guess. It's crazy. It's awesome. I like it. I'm not complaining, that's for sure. I think it's much faster once you're up in like the higher levels too. Like, of course, I mean, of course it's faster. Once you're doing 12.3 and under a minute, it makes a big difference too, or under 30 seconds for some people, or under 10 seconds even for some. Oh yeah, I gotta get Eris up to 30 for that mission. And missions are giving tons of rewards. So you got missions, you got events, challenges, quests, rewards. You really don't need to be spending. Um, Ultimate clan boss, or sorry, nightmare. Ultimate. That's funny. We do all of them actually. They all die by the end of the day. Sometimes they all die before, the, like, the halfway through the day even. It's kind of annoying because you don't get. That's why I say I'm not willing to do a lot of work on my clan boss team until I can get the ultimate and 2 keys, because my clan boss dies before I have the opportunity to use 3 keys every day. I only ever get in 2 keys a day. I don't have Painkeeper, but I heard Painkeeper's good. I have a build for Painkeeper actually, and I also have a build for Warlord for whoever that was that needed it. Because Warlord's pretty damn amazing. That was you for Warlord? Yeah. Yeah, gotcha, man. So, do you have me on Discord? I mean, I could just send you the pictures, or I can just tell you what he has on. For health, for HP, he has 62k HP. He has 1800 attack. He has 2500 defense. He has 232 speed, 33 crit, 89% crit damage, and 200 accuracy, 78 resist. So I think the focus there is accuracy and speed, of course, with HP as the chest, I'm assuming, and likely uh, either defense, gloves, or defense, a lot of defense substats from somewhere. And so, I mean, let me, want me to type those stats out here? Just the main ones that matter. I'll put in 62k HP, 240 speed, 200 accuracy. And then for the masteries, that's something that I probably would want to just like link you, because it's hard to explain all of that off of, just you'd have to be really paying attention. So let me like see if I can just copy the link here. If you can click on that, then you can just I don't know if those work or not for you. But they should. So those are the links for Warlord there. Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for showing up, and hope to see you again. So I think what I'm looking for is Diabolist here. Not Fell Hound. Diabolist seems so far what it's been has so far I've gotten 3 Berserkers in order to get 1 War Maiden. I had to get no, I got my Eris actually really quick. And then I got Spirit Host after 3 Gray, whatever they're called, those weird dudes. So it seems like you get 1, I'll probably get 1 Diabolus after getting 2 or 3 of those Fellhounds, judging by the way that it's gone so far. But I couldn't believe how much energy it took me to get the Spirit Host. I was like exclaiming when I finally got her. I was like, I was about to start believing those people that said that they'd spent 2,000 energy for 1 farmable hero. But then, nah, it was only like 500 or 600 max. Which was a lot more than the other ones. The other ones were like 200 or 300. But I just could never see 2,000 being the case. Maybe if you're the most unlucky man in the world. Okay. I want to see what my Great Hall is at right now. If we got room, or how close am I to getting the next one? This one's 800, right? Yeah, 800. So that means I need another 200, so that's divided by 4 is 50. So 50 games. I don't have that many tokens. I've got, I don't know. I'm going to do some more though. I just find that other stuff is boring, and I can do that other stuff off of my stream for the most part. Let's switch back to Zarg. Tayrel is definitely like better sometimes. It's hard to know whether or not I should keep Tayrell or Zargala on my defense, but I just had Tayrell in there for like 6 months, so it's time for a change. Yeah, did that the link for Painkeeper work too? I'm assuming, yeah. I don't know what her masteries are. I didn't get a link for that. Oh, I didn't try this guy yet. I just don't like fighting Shazar teams. I mean, I like fighting them, don't get me wrong, but if they can get this cruel fade off, those bombs, they're serious. They mean business. But he'll never get me down. Oh shoot, there goes my face. There goes my face. I'll have to put that back up in a second. I wish it didn't have a little fob in there to make it kind of annoying to play with. Alright, great. Thank you. That guy has beefed up account, knocking out 3 cold hearts to 6 star. Yeah, a lot of people did that actually. With a Skull Crusher team, 3 cold hearts, Skull Crusher, and like a dedicated healer. With GS, it's basically an all GS team. You have 24, 36 hits plus going off every time the clan boss gets a turn. So that's crazy. It gets crazy. But I didn't want to ever build cold hearts because so many other people built them. I stuck mine with level 50, but I think it's time to bring them to 60 soon. Feel it in my loins. It's time. Deep down. Okay, hopefully Bad Alcazar doesn't have retaliation, because if he did, we'd all be dead. But luckily, he does not. Let's kill Santa. Oh, man. It's hard on the neck playing like this. Because I'm always like leaning forward with my long, lanky neck, like a giraffe. Or a bird, man. Oh, yeah, I think I'm just gonna finish up my arena games and then call it because I can't stay in this angle for very long. Gotta get my computer set up for streaming, maybe. Find a different position for my phone somewhere or something. Alright. Werewolf. Let's stick with Taborel for this one. When I see Spirit, then it makes me slightly nervous because Zargala doesn't crit 100% of the time versus the Spirit. And Taborel does. Not crit 100% of the time, but not even close. A lot less power with Taborel on the team than Zargi. It's interesting. It's only. Oh, wait, it's 117. Wasn't it just 108? Now it's 124. It's all over the map. You need a link to Discord, is that what you're saying? I can give you a link, I think. Pretty sure. Let's see. So here's the official one. Oh wait, yeah. No, that's the official one. And I can give you mine too. I don't really check it that often, honestly. But you can probably find some other links from mine too. If you want, those are available. Hey Mark, how's it going? You caught me at around the tail end here. Just finishing up these arena games, and then I'm probably gonna put my phone on automate for 12.3 stuff. But yeah, it's mainly because I can't stand or sit still for that long. I'm a chronic pain patient. It's not a fun time when you do stuff like that. But that's alright. I'll try not to complain about it. I didn't finish the Zargala, but Zargala's getting there. Let's see where she's at right now. I've got a ridiculous crit rate on her because that's just how it worked out. Um, if I could get crit damage gloves, I'd probably switch them right now. But look at those stats on the crit rate gloves, like crit damage 9%, attack 6%, and speed 12, and a bit of resil, which is nice. So she's definitely got some decent gear. If I could replace this chest piece too, I think I'm gonna replace it with the armor pen. Not armor penetration. I've still got like World of Warcraft things in my mind. Um, what's it called? Cruel. That's what it's called. So I've got a chest piece of Cruel somewhere that I could put on potentially. Nope, not there. I don't know where it is right now. But anyway, not really important. Deadpool, you're in? Oh, sweet. You're into the Discord. Right, I'd already forgotten. You just opened a Zargala and a Gorgo in the last 2 days, so you're finishing yours. Nice, nice. That's a good combo to get. I wonder if this two-man team is trying to be like a powerful two-man team, like the ones that destroy all the enemies. But I don't think it is anymore. Sometimes you get those like two-man teams that can like sometimes take you out if you're not supposed to be in gold 4, that is. Gorg, Bellower, Cupidus, and Nizana. Yeah, that's a good team. Not bad at all. Oh, I don't get why we have those teams to fight still. Doesn't compute with me. Alright, let's start from the top. Oh, they're all level 40s. What's going on? This is honestly, I'm just gonna refresh. That's bullshit. There we go. Did you see the whole team was level 40? Like, why? Why is that a thing? How? Hey, son, bro. I guess it's fine to spend the 5 gems to make it a little bit less of a annoying thing to do. I'm doing good, man. I'm other than I've got a pretty serious pains going on from my position that I'm complaining about. Um, but I'm making it. How about you? How are you doing? Now let's see if I can kill the Skull Crown before she gets a turn with my Razin. Come on, buddy. Do your thing. Oh man. Here, let's see if we can get another shot at that. I don't want to get hit by the Skull Crown. That's not fun. Nobody wants to get hit by Skull Crown. She hurts. You're good? Sweet, sweet. Excellent. 6-star gear soon. Save them gems. Yeah, man. I'm definitely saving my gems for sure. I'm feeling it. Kaboom. Yeah, I was surprised. 500 gems in just a few days from all of those rewards from the artifact event. The artifact event was so easy again, but doing 75 5 stars to level 5 is all it really took. And then you get legendary skill tomes, epic skill tomes, like 120 gems and like 300 energy, bunch of stuff. It's great. I think it'll be after this event is over how getting on with this event. What did you mean by that, Deadpool? I just upgraded all of my 5-star gear that I had, and then I even made silver during that process actually. And I heard some people in my clan say that they blew like 3 to 5 million. I'm like, whoa, was that planned? Is that what you wanted to do? And I guess like the answer was kind of. Yeah, I'll show Scarhide in a second. No problemo. Okay, let's go for the Santi kill. Got him in some nice gear. He's probably got my best defensive set. Oh, War Master. He's got a Kaimar and Roche. Kaimar Roche teams are scary if they've built with enough speed. They can be quite terrifying. So here he is. Doesn't have that much defense, but I've got him with pretty high speed for clan boss primarily. If he was only in arena, I would honestly take off about 50 of those speeds for like 100% more crit damage or defense or something like that, but probably crit damage because he seems to work really well with that. So yeah, I use crit damage gloves and try to get as much speed stats as I can, obviously, for the clan boss because he's a 3-hit A1. And yeah, the only thing that I'm upset about is the fact that there's 12% attack and only 16 defense on these boots. So they're pretty sad, but they were the best speed boots that I had at the time. At least they have 15% crit on them, which is nice. So 6-star artifacts being released after this event, as it's an artifact rank up. So be mad to put 6-star artifacts while this event is running. Yeah, it'd be nice to get some 6-star artifacts while that event is running, because I think you'd probably get a lot more points. I'd imagine when they come out, they'll probably increase the amount of points or reduce how much points each thing gets or whatever. One of the two. Whoa. At least we're faster than Roche, right? At least we're faster than Roche. That's all we need in life, is to be faster than Roche. Oh, oh well. No big deal. They're all dead anyway. You're all gonna die. Come on. Ah. Let's see if I can reduce your turn meter for no reason, because Razin can probably take off your shield. Razin's a homeboy like that. Just hitting the void crystal now, fingers crossed. Hopefully it's something good. Yeah, hopefully. Okay, now it's time to kill this Roche. These teams just take a long time. It's kind of annoying. Wait, so am I gonna put him... Yeah, nice. When Lysandra can move those abilities over is nice. Come on, no buff removal. What? Taunt, taunt, yeah. Remember that time that I lowered her turn meter for no reason? That was great. Oops, I should have done my thing. I'm just derping. I thought he still had invulnerability up. Okay, let's go for the kill. Yeah. Thanks, War Master. It only took 20 years. 20 years. I'm an old man now. It's a long battle. Alright. It's a bad L. If the bad L has enough retaliation gear on, or no, I guess this Seeker isn't speedy enough to win. And if the bad L has retaliation, which he should, but he doesn't because he's got Martyr in his team, and he thinks that that's good enough, but he's sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. It's really quite a tragedy. Okay, let's just reduce his turn meter for fun. Let's kill this Seeker for fun. And then let's go on auto for fun. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I've definitely been getting some new viewers every here and there, so that's pretty sweet. I figure as long as I stay consistent and at least stream every day, then at least people will start to see that I exist. And I don't know too many people that are doing high level PvP right now on YouTube other than like Incredible John. Most people are, well, even him, he's just brand new still, but his team's really nice. I like his team, but he probably he looks like he might spend money, or either that or he's sponsored by Raid potentially, judging off of how many things he does, off of how many summons he does in a row. That ain't natural. Those are fake boobs. Fake summons. I don't know if I have like some ego pride about that or what. I didn't think I did, but maybe I do. You never know, really. It's more just that I'm poor and can't afford to spend money on a video game. Best streamer so far, seen a lot so far is you, number one? Really? Thanks. That's awesome, man. Really appreciate that. So he said he spent 500 euro on the game? Whoa. That is that's a decent amount. Yeah, Rasen's damage is really nice. He's definitely he's a good lizard. He's my favorite lizard in the whole wide world. Okay. Is there a dude to level up? Just gotta get this Diabolist. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Even if I had, like, I don't know how much money I'd have to have in order for me to consider spending $500 on any game. I don't know. Like, it's hard. It's really hard to rationalize that. I can see maybe if you're making money off of it from streaming, maybe like if he feels like he needs to do that in order to get viewers, and maybe it does help with getting viewers. I don't know, because people want to see that exciting stuff that they don't maybe have access to. Maybe it's helping his subscriptions. Maybe it will make him money in the future. For all I know, could be a smart decision. But I just yeah, I don't know if I could do that. It'd feel like too much like taking a big risk for me. Yeah, I'll show Tayrell here in a second. Where is he? There he is. So I have him in a lot of speed, but I also have him in a defense boots. But I just have 13 or 14 speed on that. So yeah, he's definitely great. I use crit damage. Some other people use defense instead. Doing a full defense on him works, is what I've heard, but I use crit damage personally, and that works for me. And an accuracy banner, crit damage uh, amulet. Just trying to get speed as much as possible on the substats and crit damage as much as possible, as well as defense, of course. But speed is always king. Oops. There's not really a good place to put my camera there, is there? It's always going to be in the way no matter what. It's going to be in the way somewhere. Okay. Who would be your top 5 champs for an all arena team and farming? Like that I have? Or that are in the game, like the top 5 champs to get in the game? Um, I mean, Scarhide, yeah. Scarhide is one of them for sure. Um, Lysandra, I would rank up there right now, at least until Arbiter comes out. Shazar, that champ, I'm not going to be able to limit it to 5 because it all depends upon your synergy. There's no such thing as like the top champions. That's a flawed mentality actually. It's always going to be the best abilities and the best synergies. There's champions with high base stats, and that matters a little bit, but the synergies is really what's going to get you the kills and the way that you build it. Um, so don't let those lists fool you where you see like Lugan rated superstar on them. I've seen a few lists that rate they're all wonky, honestly. Don't pay any attention to those lists. Hey Reed, how's it going? I am back. I came back a couple weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, or so. Glad to see that there's lots of new content coming out, so happy about that. Definitely glad about Faction Wars because I'm gonna be able to use all these um, common and or sorry, not common but uncommon and rare champions that I haven't been able to use, or at least haven't been able to rationalize using yet. But now I have to use them to defeat like barbarians or defeat the orcs or something like that. I'll need to get a little bit creative. How can you get 3900 defense although you can only gear him in a defense chest? Well, defense, you can get it from your amulet, you can get it from your ring, you can get it from your uh, banners, right? I think. You can get it from glove, chest. Like you can get defense everywhere. Defense comes all over the place. Defense substats. I don't think there's any piece you can't get a defense substat on. Actually, now that I think about it, and I have when you have 1394 defense as your base stat, having substats with 10 to 12% or 15% on it goes a long way. And so he does have both his chest and his boots as defense, and his ring is also defense as the main stat. Everywhere else, I think I have mainly crit damage is the amulet, accuracy is the banner, crit damage is the gloves. Um, but yeah, I don't know. He's just got high base defense, so it works. And I'm trying to build my Zerk team, but I'm waiting for the event to rank up. I'm falling from silver 3 to bronze 4. Well, I mean, you could. Why do you want to wait for an event? Because when you're leveling up, that's honestly the most efficient thing that you can be doing with your time is leveling champions. If you have some solid champions to level to 60, which would be like defense down AoE champions, if you have a turn boost champion, like Apothecary or Seeker or something like that, using one of those, bringing that, you're not going to regret bringing that to 60. Um, Stuff like that. So why would you wait for the event? Because if you're waiting for the event, that means that you're doing other stuff instead of ranking up. And honestly, it's going to be a huge waste of your time to be doing other stuff right now. You really want to be spending most of your time bringing your guys to 60 because dungeon is going to go through all your energy and you're not going to get anything from it. It's not going to help you. Just not. Until you can do like stage 15 on farm for days on end on auto without even looking at it, spending thousands and thousands of energy, it's just not worth it. Until you have like a full team that's going to be able to do that and utilize that. So yeah, definitely get those dudes up. I'm gonna sound like a broken record with that advice, but it's for a good reason. People don't tend to believe me when I say it. I think it doesn't really compute. But the efficiency of energy is it's mathable. Like you can do that yourself. You can realize how much energy cost it costs to do a dungeon versus what the likelihood is of you getting a good drop from it, and you can figure it out that way. But anyway, I don't want to sound too much like a broken record. I could easily talk about that for a long time, but I'll quiet down about it for a second. It's just what I wish. You know, I mean, I for the most part didn't waste too much time in the dungeon, but I definitely wasted time with lower level stages and stuff. I think everybody did. Who am I wanting to do? Probably another 3 star. I have Apothecary up to 4 stars, and I only have a few champs at 5, none of which I want to get rid of just yet. I'm in the process of leveling uncommons to 4. Rank for rank food. You're helping others with the words of wisdom. Oh, thanks, Deadpool. I'm about halfway through Brutal for farming. Yeah, I mean, if people, if they accept it, a lot of the time, you can. What's the phrase? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink it. Um, but yeah, so we have Apothecary up to 4 stars, and a few champs at 5, none of which you want to get rid of. I don't know what you mean by that, to be honest. You mean like you don't want to get rid of them to make a 6 star? Is that what you mean, or? Okay, okay, gotcha. Yeah, well, I mean, just make some uncommons to 5 star for food. That's what I do. Primarily just uncommons and rares. Sometimes even use epic 5 stars for food if they're if I know for sure that their skills are useless. And Ethel is a great 5 star to bring to 6. Like you wouldn't go wrong with bringing Ethel up. Ethel and Apothecary both definitely can be 6 starred right away. And you can use the lifesteal gear on Ethel, I believe. Yeah, she can rock out 12th chapter by herself. She just needs high speed. If you have speed boots, attack percentage chest, 5 star attack percentage chest, 5 star speed boots, 5 star crit damage gloves, get some even crit sets or speed sets depending upon how much crit rate you can get. But speed sets are usually best. But I would maybe like split like maybe 2 speed and 4 crit or 4 crit and 2 speed, something like that. I build Seeker full speed with speed boots, HP chest, and HP gloves, I think, or maybe there's defense gloves in there. But primarily speed subs is what you got to get on Seeker. Just all speed. It's all about the speed. Speed, 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 speed. I feel like I'm Monty Python singing spam, 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 spam. Speed, speed, speed. It's pretty much, if you have a question, the answer is speed. Pretty much. Then should I take Apothecary or Ethel first? I move my lifesteal set from Ethel to X. Oh. Well, I don't think you need Executioner if you have Ethel farming for you. But hey, I mean, if X is working better for you, I honestly don't know how well X works right now because I haven't ever used Executioner before, never. Um, so yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that he's still good and still usable even after the nerf, but I just wouldn't. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, X is X is trash. Kind of always has been. There's been people that have really loved him for things, but yeah, I just wouldn't put any time or effort into X. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. People would hate me for saying that, but it's true. There's better options. Ethel is a way better option for you to put your time in, not time and money, obviously. Not don't put your money in there, but time and energy. There you go. That's the actual word. Yeah, exactly. Mid or late game, you'll wish you never spent any time on him at all. And Ethel, that's when Ethel starts to really come out because Ethel can burn through those stages in 12.3 and 12.6 in like 20 to 40 seconds with 200 speed and 150% crit damage ish. Maybe like 3k attack power or whatever you can get with the chest attack. And then once you're 60, you can get fully mastered, right? Getting fully mastered is a huge difference. So, I mean, that's why it's so good to get a full team of 60s first, and then you can just melt through Minotaur and get mastered up in like a few hours now instead of having to spend weeks in the Minotaur. Like a lot of people will be complaining, oh, it takes forever to do masteries. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It takes me like 5 hours to do masteries on a champion. Like, it doesn't take long at all now. So I mean that's why you got to get your champions to 60 first and then do Minotaur. Don't get that order mixed up because you'll waste thousands of energy. Same thing with dungeons. Don't do dungeons before you're 60. Have I already said this a few thousand times? Yeah, probably. Warlord is amazing. Warlord is the one of the best for clan boss. Same with like Septimus because of that debuff extender that they both have. He's like the debuff extender combined with a poison champ like Steel Skull or like Marksman or Kale or something like that, he just turns them into bosshood. You did a champion with 1600 energy full masteries. I felt like it was way less than that for me this time around. It seemed like it only took me like 800 energy or like I don't even know. It seemed like nothing this time. Is that what it takes? 1600 energy? Maybe it just seemed so much faster to me, but I don't know. Let's think about it. How much is it? Well, I'm not gonna do this math right now. That'll take too much of my focus away. But it did not take too long, that's for sure. I was able to do it in a few hours, and I know I didn't have that much energy. On stage 15, but even if it is 1200 to 1600 energy comparatively to what it used to be, or are you saying full masteries for a full team of four? I don't know. I don't know. I would have to think about it and do the math, but I think it's less than that now. Honestly, I do for one champion because I think that was maybe closer to what it was before. But now it's like twice or even three times faster. Or maybe it's just my luck has been super good for Apothecary and that other champ I just brought up. Who was it? Zarg. Seemed like it just went by like in an instant. Know anything about a Tour or Lich 4 stars I'm thinking about using for ranking? A Tour looks kind of cool because he's so taunty, but I wouldn't recommend him for a new player probably. Bad L and Xavia better than Warlord? Uh, well, if you have both Bad L and Xavia, then maybe I don't know. It's tough to say. Warlord's kind of irreplaceable, and Bad L's kind of irreplaceable. Xavia's less. Repl- Xavia's more replaceable than the other two. Um, it's tough to say. Warlord could add on like a ton of damage because of that debuff extender. If you don't have a debuff extender, you're missing out on serious damage. So I would say Warlord's better, just by a fraction. Warlord has yeah, he's good everywhere too. He's good in arena, he's good everywhere. So is Bad L, obviously. Bad L's everywhere good too. Yeah, it's a really tough call, honestly. I would six and one, half a dozen the other, depending upon your style. But if you can get both, then that's even better. I got Big Un at 220 crit damage, 95 crit rate, and 4300 attack, and I'm not happy, doing just 44k in arena. Hey, I was actually curious about this. I was asking towards the early stages of the game because I was having a conversation with somebody in my clan who was saying that he doesn't like his Ray because his Big Un does better, more consistent damage. And I was like, really? In the same gear? Like he tried the same gear? And he's like, yeah, I'd like the Big Un better. I was like, okay. But now it's, you know, I find that hard to believe, man. I find that really hard to believe. But, I mean, he has them both and he just uses Big Un. But I guess you really use which one you like the most. It's really what it comes down to. Sorry for all the questions, but this is one I've really been pondering. How do you balance your support and attackers? I have Apothecary and Doom Priest. Not sure how to balance through Arena and Clan Boss. So, um, well, what do you mean exactly by balancing? Because if you are referring to synergies, getting one of each skill is usually good enough. Like if you have one defense down, one weaken, one attack down, one person to shield, one person to, stuff like that. You don't want to have duplicates for the most part, but if you're referring to balancing their stats speed wise, you want to make sure your supports are going the fastest. So your speedy supports, they always have to have your highest speed gear, especially Fellseeker, Apothecary, Lysandra. Champions that are going to be giving that turn boost need to be the fastest. So that way they can give your team those extra turn boosts more often, giving your whole team a big turn boost. So like if you have tons of speed on that speed lead, makes your whole team super fast too. That's why I have 282 speed on Seeker in the arena and 270 speed on Lysandra in arena, because it makes my team just ludicrously fast and unable for anybody to defeat me that way. So that's how you have to balance them, is by just getting speed up the wazoo, making sure they're always the first ones to go. One or two supports. I wouldn't do more than that in the team usually. If you're doing more than two supports, unless it's like a Steel Skull, who can do like 17 million damage with a debuff extender or whatever, then I wouldn't put in so many supports into a team. I've seen different setups that work well with it, but generally speaking, you want to save it to one or two. Like taking up a spot with a support type when it could be taken up by a strong attacker. Yeah, so I think I covered that a little bit. Um, Having the turn boost as one guy, and then having an attack boost guy, and then maybe one or both of them can do a heal or a AoE heal or something like that. That's good enough. Don't need any more than that. Anything more than that's redundant. And only having one shield carrier, you don't need to have more than one shield carrier. Even generally speaking, speed is better than a shield, so that you can get that turnout faster. It's better to get the enemy dead first before the enemy can kill you, right? So speed is usually better than shield even. But that's not to say that shield gear isn't going to be great. I've seen lots of great teams utilize shield gear well, but it's not the end all be all. My arena team right now is Big Un, Resin, Seeker, and Jingle Hunter just for speed aura. Do you think this is a good team for arena? Yeah. Hell yeah. That's an amazing team. Really is. Um, what I recommend having your Seeker and your Jingle Hunter with the most speed. So if you have your Jingle Hunter doing his turn boost right after your Seeker, that way there's no gap between your Seeker and your Big Un and your Razin. Do you know what I mean? So if you have Seeker going first with like just a stupid amount of speed, and then you have Jingle Hunter with like 30 less speed going right after that, then that allows your Razin and your Big Un to have less speed and focus more on crit damage and bigger damage. Um, However, if you could get a defense down in there instead of Big Un, that would be even better. Like if you could get something like even War Maiden would be better than Big Un in that team, man. Even War Maiden with the same gear as Big Un would be better, no doubt, because of the defense down. Yeah, because what you'd want to do is you'd want to have Seeker going first, then Jingle Hunter, and then you'd want to have like War Maiden or your defense down AoE champion that you have that's better than her, and then Razin. That way, they are basically one-shotted right off the bat with no turn meter off the bat. Then your Seeker can maybe even get another turn in, kill another one, get another taunt in, something like that. And depending upon your team, you could all get another turn in. So that way you're getting, um, two full turns in with the potential to completely destroy the enemy before they even get any chance. In order to do that, though, Razin has to have at least 150 accuracy. But I would even shoot for closer to 200 because you want him to always get that ultimate off. You don't want him to ever miss that. And he needs to have like 170% crit too, because you see how much that ultimate does? It's crazy. Sorry for keeping on calling it an ultimate. That's from my Dota 2 days. All of the A4s are called ultimates in that game. What's the purpose of Riktoff? He seems weak. I don't know about Riktoff personally. Yo, you have Zargala and Ghostborn, but you don't use them? Oh man. You're loaded, bro. You are loaded. So you've got. I would use what is Ghostborn does defense down and defense at the same time, right? Let me check Ghostborn after this because Ghostborn's one of the best champs in the game. Yeah, Ghostborn's crazy. Let me look into them because um, Zargala might do more damage than Ghostborn off of the bat, so I might tell you to go Zargala instead of Ghostborn. But if Ghostborn has the weaken on the AoE, yeah, Astrolith is probably one of the weakest. It's true. I do have experience with Astrolith, and I've used Astrolith quite a bit, but I hate her. She's usable, but I don't like her. Okay, so let's take a look at Ghostborn here. He is. What is Ghostborn again? Dark Elves, right? Yeah. So. Oh, his A1 is defense down. Okay, maybe not, eh? So this is just defense down and attack up, but there's no weaken. I thought he had a weaken for some reason. Anyway, I know that his AoEs do decent damage, but I think Zargala might be the better option for you and your team. But either would be amazing, honestly. The way that I would build Zargala is basically how I'm building her right now. Other than instead of the crit rate gloves, I'd do crit damage gloves, and it's just because crack armor is such a beefy attack. Along with devastate on a 2 second cooldown, she has like 100k hit followed by like a 200k AOE on a good day. So I mean, it's hard to go wrong with that. And I've built her with enough accuracy to make sure that her defense down is going off. Build her with enough speed to make sure that she's getting that turn in. I've got lots of attack power on her, even though she's not fully geared yet. And I'm going to be switching out these gloves for crit damage once I do get a good set of them for her to use. But generally speaking, this is what she's going to look like. Yeah. And I would build Astrolith full speed. Full speed and oh wait, I don't have any medals. What am I doing? There are a lot of bugs in this game, but they haven't fixed them, especially the bugs in Arena, Clan Boss, or Campaign. They fixed a few of them, but generally, across the board, a lot of them are still around. We have to give them tickets for them to fix stuff, for the most part, it seems. Because I was able to be involved with Astrolith being fixed. Astrolith used to be unable to crit with her A2, but thanks to me, now she can. But even with that crit on her A2, it's still not enough damage. You want to use Vrask for Clan Boss. He's usable on Clan Boss for sure. Because he does a lot of damage with War Master now. And he's a great dedicated healer if you can get about 115% crit on him um, as your focus first, and then you get speed as your focus second. Well, getting speed and crit are equally as good, honestly, with him. He needs to have both. And then only uses A1 on manual because that's all he needs to use. The A2 is going to be less efficient. Yeah, well, you're great then. Honestly, that's really solid. He's probably a fantastic healer like that. And even with retaliation, he works good too. He works great with retaliation if you've got some good retaliation sets. Astrolith can be used in a team if Astrolith has like 250 speed because And crit too. Is it crit that makes her A1 give more turn boost? I think. Yeah, on her crit, she gives like a 20% turn boost to a random ally. So if she's got tons of speed and crit, then she can give lots of turn boosts. But I'm a little fuzzy on whether or not it's crit or not. I forget. I'll have to look at her skill set again. I'm furious when I join a combat in arena or clan boss and the game suddenly crashes in the download process. I lost my token and key, but I didn't get anything back. Oh, well, that's just a thing that happens with any game, honestly. Games crash. It's just a problem with new games. I use a VPN sometimes if it seems like it's crashing a lot, but honestly, that almost never happens to me. I hear a lot of people say that, but it never really happens to me. Yeah, if the crit affects her A1 giving a bigger turn boost, then I would use crit gloves on her for sure, yeah. But I'm a little fuzzy on whether or not that's the truth. I'm gonna have to look that up in a second. 30% turn boost on a crit. Yeah, well there you go. Hands down, that's what you gotta do. Arena team is Doomscreech, Apothecary, Tayrel, and X. Thinking about switching Apo for Tomb Lord. No, get rid of X. Get X out of your arena team ASAP. X is useless in arena. Apothecary is amazing in arena. So what you want to do is have Apothecary with tons and tons of speed, have Doomscreech with tons and tons of speed, have them go first. Then you have your Tayrel go after that. He gets his defense down. And then you put in a champion with high attack or high defense AoE. Do you have another champion with a high defense AoE other than X? Or is X's AoE doing any damage at all? Or like it just seems like you could have a one-shot macro right there that you're missing out on. You're like one step away from being able to melt every single team that you fight just by getting rid of X and having a different team in there. But does X's AoE doesn't do enough damage? What is it doing? Do we know? Because I've just never seen that before ever, and I've been playing this game for like a year. I guess he's got potential with the Doom Screech buffing up his defense for that AoE, which could work. Which could work. Oh, and he's 60, eh? Okay, okay. Yeah, well, if he's 60 and you've already put in all the time into him, then I can see that making sense. But I thought you were just starting out. My bad. Yeah, it's too bad everybody's got a 60x from all those recommendations. Everybody was recommending everybody to do X for so long, but it's too bad. There's some bad. I mean, he's got potential for soloing for the most part, but yeah, I mean, I honestly don't blame anybody who builds him. Like the information available in this game, it basically screams at everybody to build an X. It's like if you want to be good at anything, why don't you build an X? It's like no, stop telling people to do that. But yeah, so don't blame anybody who's done that. That's not a bad team. That's a really good team. All you need is more crit damage, probably. More crit damage and tons of speed on your Doom Screech and on your Apothecary. Don't switch out that Apothecary. You definitely need the Apothecary in there. Because if you didn't have Apothecary and you put in something else, like you, yeah, you're losing that turn boost and potentially you're going to get killed in that period of time that nobody's fighting. So if you switched out your gloves on your Executioner and on your Tyrell for crit damage, then that helps a lot. Getting an amulet that's crit damage helps a lot from Spider. But since I play, they should give me like 10 clan boss keys, 100 arena tokens, and 2,000 energy. They've actually given lots of. They've given some stuff. A lot more than they used to, honestly. They used to just be like, nope, we're not doing anything. Suck it up. But at least now they give some stuff back. Excuse me. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't clue into Executioner's AoE being defense dependent, and Doom Screech with the buff and that turn boost after Tyrell does his decreased defense. Executioner could probably get in a good like 40k AoE, 50k AoE, something like that if you build him right. But that would be like the best case scenario for him. Just got to get your crit damage up to around 150 to 200%. Yeah, yeah, exactly. As long as you get those skills in, that synergy, that's all you need. Yeah, definitely. So if you have Diabolist doing that turn boost originally, it's just as long as you have the speed up. You got to have the speed fast enough for Diabolist to go first. And it has to be organized so that it's only like 30 more speed than your other champions so that they're able to go win without a gap in between them. Do you know what I mean? You want your turn boost to fill that turn meter for them so that they go right after. Well, it doesn't matter. Apothecary or Diabolist doesn't matter. Either one, whichever one you want to go first. Basically, have them go in succession. Like Apothecary has the 260 speed, and then Diabolist has 230 speed. Then the rest of your team has like 200 speed type deal. Those are crazy numbers that will be hard to reach, but that's like the goal that you want. And then the order is, of course, the two turn boosters go first, then the defense down, then the big time AoE. That's in order to make sure that your turn boosters are able to, well, especially Diabolist can do like can do sleeping um, on the A1, and Diabolist can also do a speed buff. So it's a little bit redundant with Apothecary for the speed buff, but at least Apothecary gets that speed buff up first, and Diabolist can get that turn boost up first at the same time without having to worry about that. Spirit Host is better than Blood Painter by a mile because of the speed aura. Speed aura and also debuff blocker. Like, that's good. Spirit Host is a very solid champion, usable in some of the best teams in the game. Nice, and Ethel's a good one to go with that too, because Ethel does the self buff. That's sweet, man. That's going to be a good team. People don't realize that the farmable teams are good, like, because you can get them fully skilled up. War Maiden hits like a truck when she's fully skilled up. Oh, thanks for the subscription. The 20% increase on turn boost for the Blood Painter. Does Blood Painter give an attack buff on everybody? I don't think so. Does he? 50% attack buff on everybody? He does, yeah. I think he does, yeah. Oh, 25. Yeah, no, but yeah, I mean the turn 20% turn boost is great. So I mean, Blood Painter can be used for that purpose. I mean, if you're just asking which one is better overall, I would say Spirit Host, but in a very specific team, Blood Painter could be better. If you had him with 250 speed and he's enabling your team to go first, and if you're using him for that purpose, then yeah, he's great. But any turn booster is usable for that purpose, and I would say Blood Painter is one of the worst turn boosters there is. So, but if you can't get any other turn boosters, then he's great. If he's the only turn booster you got, then yeah. But I would recommend getting Diabolist, just farming Diabolist instead of using him. But let's just take a quick peek at them, just so I'm not giving out bad advice. Ooh, skinwalkers, not demons. So decrease. So fills the turn meters of all allies except this champion by 20%. So except that champion. And places a 25% attack buff on a 4-turn cooldown. So it's okay. It's definitely okay. Um, but I mean, again, he would be not as good as Diabolus. Because let's take a look at Diabolus, who's farmable, by the way, which makes her much better just from being farmable. Because skill ups are so important, right? This is a 4-second cooldown, 15% increase for your allies, and 15% decrease of the enemy. So that's a total of 30% difference, but that 15% decrease of the enemy is pretty effective. And attacks all enemies, places a 30% increased speed buff. That's really good. Having a 30% speed buff is definitely a necessary thing. And then once this is fully upgraded, it's 20% chance of causing the enemy to go to sleep, which can be useful too. It's not gonna be likely, but it can be useful. Should I keep Shaman around or use for ranking? Shaman? I don't think Shaman has much use. Um, yeah, I would say no. No need for the Shams. I can use an attack-based Berserk team, but I like using the defense angle because it's different. Well, defense is what I've been using primarily too. I really like defense teams, especially Doomscreech is a fantastic champion to be using for that defense team that you've got. Um, like um, like at first when I saw it, I was like, oh, that seems like that would be um pretty good with the defense buff and everything. Turn boost, defense buff. It's just I almost wish that I had a Doom Screech in my team for Tyrell and Razin, right? They would be critting their pants. What about pairing Blood Painter with champ that can get extra turns and boost their own attack, like Relic Keeper? Um, well, I mean it's the same answer, honestly. Um, it's just whether or not you have. Well, I would still say Diabolist is better, just because Diabolist provides the better utility. But I mean, like I said before, you can use Blood Painter if you want to use Blood Painter and you don't want to farm Diabolist. It's just the speed buff is better, um, and the turn boost buff is better for Diabolist. Plus, it's rank up, or you can rank them up, or skill them up rather, not rank. I have Apothecary and Doom Priest. Does Arcanist have any use? No, I wouldn't say so. Arcanist has a triple hit defense down thing that's semi okay, but using War Maiden, who's farmable, would be much better. or any other defense down champion that does AoE defense down is better than Arcanist. But yeah, I think. Oh, you're welcome, Karen. I'm glad to be as helpful as I can be. It's pretty much the most fun aspect of this game is thinking about synergies and different champions and that kind of thing. It's a lot more fun. What character is my next project? I'm probably gonna do either Steel Skull or Kalia or Knight Errant. One of those three. I haven't fully decided which yet. I've got a lot of food left over, like 24 star or 30s right now, prepared for my next 6 stars. So it's coming soon. Just haven't decided yet. Maybe Steel Skull because I've recently learned that even without having all the skill ups and the toxic or and all of the debuff extenders and whatnot, it can still be high damage, like 4.3 million or whatever with tons of speed gear. So there is possibilities out there for me. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of damage come from Steel Skull too. I think Steel Skull could increase my damage by a decent amount because I do use 2 defense champs in there. So she'd be increasing their damage as well as doing a nice global heal and a specific heal. I didn't want to admit it, but because so many other people are using Steel Skull, but yeah, if you see Steel Skull doing like in the 18 mil department, it's because they have a Warlord or a Septimus, and that's from the debuff extender. The guy in my team in my clan does about 17 million or so, or has done more than that with Steel Skull. Rush card can break the game because of the invulnerability. I have Galka and Ripper, but they're for sure outshined by Ethel. Ranking food? Hell yeah. Eat them up. Yum yum yum. I don't know. Rush card's not as crazy as you think. He's got he's got lots of uses, but you can't time out the game with turns in the Nightmare clan boss, or any clan boss for that matter. After a certain amount of time, you get kicked out. So even if you are invulnerable with Rush Card or Black Knight or something like that, with an unkillable buff that's speedy, 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 um, it still won't allow you to one shot the Nightmare boss, unfortunately. Or fortunately. That's definitely fortunately. Because I wouldn't want them to be able to do that. That'd be annoying. It's like anybody with Santa or Black Knight or Raj card can solo the clan boss. What? But I mean, you can still do some fun stuff in arena with them if you have enough speed. But if they don't have enough speed, then they're the first target to go down. So I don't have any issue with rush card teams normally. There is one team right now that's beating me that has a Kaimar and a Roche in it, and the Roche has like 300 speed. And so that team beats me right now, but other than that, I haven't seen too many. I'm sure they're out there, I just haven't come across them. Is it worth running Gorg and Thenisol and CB? No, maybe not Thenisol. Maybe not even Gorg, honestly. Gorg can be useful because he's got the turn boost. He's got the turn boost and the attack buff. But, yeah. And also the revive heal. Yeah, I mean, he's good. There's just better champs. Gorg can be great everywhere, honestly. Gorg's a great champ, but I don't know if I would put Thenasil in there. Sorry for picking my nose, I've got an itchy nose. Nice, well, hey, it's all it comes down to is how much time you've really spent in the game. Yeah, there you go. You can 6-star Ethel and get the show on the road now, man. Glad that you're excited. Honestly, a very big percentage of the game, or a big percentage of the champions are usable, but you don't want them to just be usable, of course. If you have two champs that do the same thing, but you have one champ that does it slightly better, you can always food that other champ. Because you can only have four champs in a team at a time, or five champs in a team at the same time. You're never going to need two of the same kind of champ, unless you're doing it for faction wars, in which case, then yeah, save them. But at this point, I would definitely prioritize just getting your first team of 60s before worrying about faction war stuff. Yeah, I mean, Thanasil can be really great. He's got an HP based heal that can heal up the wazoo. But I mean, if your team had lifesteal, or if they had that mastery for 5% heal, or if they, like, it's just better to only have one healer or have lifesteal. You don't want to have multiple healers. You're really losing a lot of damage and a lot of potential at that point. Oh, Frostbringer, you have Frostbringer. Use Frostbringer. Because Frostbringer have the. Oh, wait, maybe I'm confusing Frostbringer with something else. Let me look at Frostbringer here for a second. I've got the Swiss cheese memory that makes me second guess myself all the time. She is Sacred Order, right? Yeah, here she is. So, this doesn't apply too much, so it's hard to apply this. But if she can apply that, then it's great. But yeah, this is what I was thinking about. The 30% increased speed and 50% increased attack is a really, really good buff. So having her in the same team as Gorg wouldn't be that great. So I mean, I would choose having either her or Gorg. Try them both and see kind of what you like. But ultimately, having two healers, or because Thenisil's not really good enough to be a dedicated healer, honestly, because the heal's on a 4-second cooldown. Gorg's not really good enough to be a dedicated healer. Neither of them are really good enough to do it even together. So I mean, it'd be better if you just took out one of them, probably Gorg for this one. Maybe even take out Thenisil, put in a different guy, put on lifesteal on your champions, or put that 5% mastery on, or something like that. Depending upon, you can do a lot of testing on that, see what happens. You might be surprised with the outcome. Um, because yeah, healing's pretty overrated for the clan boss, gotta say. If you have a Thenisil in there, you're wasting like a good 2 to 3 million potentially on that. But I mean, I understand when you're first starting, you don't have all the best champions in the world. One of my other accounts is using Thenisil in the team, so I'm not one to talk. I've got that team is using Zargula, Thenisil, like some weird champions for a clan boss. I don't even remember at this point. Apothecary was one of them. Yep, can't remember. What if I have two high areas? Wouldn't two attackers with a three-way ally attack be viable over using one for skill upgrade? Wouldn't two attackers with a three-way ally attack be viable over using one? I'm not sure I understand the question. Are you asking if you should upgrade your Hyria or not? Because yes, you should. Having more than one Hyria probably isn't going to be in your best interest. You're going to want to have defense down, weaken, poison. You have to have uh, all of those different things like speed buffs, attack buffs, like defense buffs, dedicated healers. You don't have enough room to have two Hyrias in your team. If you have two Hyrias in there, then you're probably missing something somewhere. So I would just skill them up. But anyway, that's the end of my energy. I'm glad I was able to finish the rest of the stream. I thought I wasn't going to be able to because I was getting a bad headache and stuff, but I was able to pull through. So it's okay. But thanks, guys, for joining, and I'll probably be in the morning time tomorrow. I wasn't that early this morning because of the maintenance and stuff, but anyway, hope you guys have a great day, and thanks again.